When the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou shalt be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread." But he answered and he said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out the mouth of God." Matthew 4, verse 3 and 4. It is often said that this temptation represents the clamor of appetite. And in a sense, this is true. But the master's situation is not comparable to that of the average person who's tempted to indulge in appetite. Jesus was not like the alcoholic reaching for their bottle or the glutton who's unable to resist the appeal of food. In Jesus' case, the problem was not a problem of indulgence, but of survival. For 40 days he had fasted, and his strength was spent. Food was not available, and the smooth stones that lay on the desert ground may have looked like loaves of bread, but they merely mocked his hunger. Without strength to secure food, what should he do? And this is where, at this desperate point, the devil enters the picture. "I have a solution," he says. "Use your divine power, if you are the Son of God, of course, to turn these stones into bread." But Jesus could not accept the devil's solution to his problem. He came to earth as a man, and he must meet the problems of human existence in the ways open to man. No man can just turn stones into bread, so he cannot permit himself that privilege either. But any man in a similar situation could call upon God for help. Jesus quoted Deuteronomy 8 verse 3, where Moses refers to Israel's experience with manna. With no food in sight, they too faced the question of survival. Believing, Jesus depended on care and grace of his Father, and the angels came and ministered unto him. He met the crisis in the same way any follower of God can meet a similar crisis, by calling upon the Father. The temptation was a variation of this age-old excuse of, "Well, man, God live." Every manner of wrongdoing has been rationalized in some way on this pretext. But Jesus was an example to us when he refused to compromise his mission in a circumstance that seemed to threaten his very survival. A man does not have to live, but he must be loyal to God. And as paradoxical as it may sound, that is the very thing that leads to life. And as always, think on these things.